This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Browseabout Books.
Maybe think back to your childhood summers. Was it hard to get invested in that summer reading? I know it was for me, but I have since blossomed into a bit of a reader. And we've got two pros hanging out with me today that will definitely get your kids into reading this summer. I'm talking to Audrey Dempsey and Susan Kehoe. Audrey, you're with the Cape Bookmobile, and Susan is, of course, with Browseabout Books. So Audrey, introduce us to the Bookmobile. What's your goal with this? Because it's really awesome.
Well, first of all, our goal is to reach as many students in the community as possible, and we do that with a whole team. Everyone from our administrators to our educators to district office and through wonderful partnerships.
Yeah, so let's dive into that partnership a little bit, Susan. Why is something like this so near and dear to your heart and, of course, Browseabout's heart?
Well, I think everyone knows that our main goal is to put as many books into as many people's hands. And if we can do that for kids, that is amazing. If we can turn these kids into readers and give, a lot of these kids don't have the opportunity to have books of their own. And every book is donated to the Bookmobile, and we're of course a big donator for that. And we love it. We love it.
I can see why. So Audrey, dive in a little bit to the program itself. How does it work?
Sure. So each summer we go into the community, of course. We put out a schedule for our schools to really want to go into the community, particularly the communities where the feeder schools are the schools that the students will attend. Mm-hmm. So staff sign up. We go out into the community. Students are free to select books of their choice. We also have wonderful partnerships with the food bank. So we touch students with food insecurity, of course. And then this year we're excited because we have two exciting things going on, but our first thing is we're going to have Kinder Spark, where our Bookmobile will turn into a mobile classroom into those communities, and we'll be reaching students to address kindergarten readiness. Additionally, we'll have themes throughout the summer.
Fun.
So chances for students to not only receive books, an opportunity with the food bank, but also additional resources. So everything from donations from community members as well, like Dairy Queen, where it might be reading as a sweet treat. Mm-hmm. And closer to school time, we'll also have resources with back to school items for students.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, as you can tell, this is a pretty loaded van here. What has really been the response from the community with the Bookmobile? Because, I mean, I'm sure it's been open arms.
It is, and particularly see the smiles of the little ones. Even we did a Spring into Reading event, and I was so excited. We had a little one. We're going to call him our Bookmobile ambassador. And they wait for us, but he himself went door to door and knocked on all of his community members to make sure they came out. Their parents came out, and just the students being so thankful is the most rewarding experience.
I'm sure, no doubt, that is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Susan, how does it sort of warm your heart to see kids respond so well to an option like this for the summer to keep kids kind of reading and engaged and their brains working, where I know, like, when I was a kid, it wasn't like that for me.
You know, we're happy when people are, especially kids, have books in their hands and not phones and and tablets and those sorts of things. And I think it's just so important to get them started early as readers. And then for a lot of these children will never be able to get into the bookstore, and for them to be able to have their own books and start them on that path that they can, the books come to them, which is amazing. And then hopefully they'll turn into library kids and one day bookstore kids. So it's just foundationally, I just think it's so important for our community.
I couldn't agree more. So Audrey, how can people get in touch with you if they want to kind of be a part of this program?
One, of course, we can't, like I mentioned, we can't do it without our fabulous community partners, particularly the books that Browseabout does is beyond amazing. So we always, though, could use additional community support and helpers, and a lot that want to get involved. You can certainly reach me at Cape Henlopen School District. I'm the Supervisor of Early Learning there, and I would be glad to touch base with you.
Awesome. Well, we know we want your kids to get started reading this summer and keep those brains engaged, and definitely keep an eye out for the Cape Bookmobile this summer. But you can keep an eye out for some more CoastLife that's coming your way when we get back.